Hey, I'm actually doing one of my YouTube videos about it. You want to be in it quick?
Yeah, that's fine. What do you want me to do?
What's up, Slick Review fans? We're coming at you with another video. Today we're going to check out the Apple Watch Series 4 Nike edition that just released today. We're going to do a quick unboxing and a quick tour of the watch so you can decide if that's the one you want or if you want to go with the regular one. If you are new to the channel, we do a lot of tech reviews and advice, so make sure to hit that subscribe button, but let's get started. Alright guys, so we're not going to waste any time. We're going to get right into it. Now, first thing you might notice is that the packaging for the Nike edition looks much different than the regular Series 4. We've got all black, where the regular one is just white. Little Nike logo there. On the back, we just have your basic information as far as what you get in the package, all that good stuff. So we're going to get right to it here. I'm very excited to check this out, and already jacked up the plastic. We're just gonna do it. Get all that off of there. Not as crisp as I wanted it to be, but whatever. I'm too excited. I just want to get into this thing. The packaging this year is a little bit different. These tabs just kind of lift out, and then all of this just kind of unfolds. And check that out. This is really cool, guys. I'm coming to this one from the original Apple Watch, so this is going to be a huge upgrade for me. Now, what's cool about this packaging is that, you know, it's got all the Apple Watch pictograms everywhere and all that stuff, and it looks really cool. Now, one thing that Apple is doing different this year with all of the watches is that it comes in two boxes, and I think that's just because they're getting to so many different variations now when you look at GPS and cellular and colors and everything else with bands. It's just too many combinations to put it all in one box. So I believe what they're doing now, just for efficiency, is to package them separately. So they've got a bunch of these somewhere, they've got a bunch of these somewhere, they stack them up, fold them up, ship them out. But anyway, it works. It's kind of cool. First, let's check out the band. Now, I've got the Nike edition. I opted for the Summit White Sport Loop because I have a bunch of those silicone kind of rubber watch bands all over the place, so I didn't need another one. I wanted to check this one out because this one is supposed to be new. Now, this is the one that has some reflectivity in it. So when you open it up, it tells you how to use the band, and then on the inside here is the reflective Nike band. So let's get this out of here. Check this thing out. Now, it has a very, actually, cushioned feel. I wasn't really expecting that. I can't really show you on camera other than maybe trying to hold it up close, and you can see kind of all these little tubes, I guess, all along here, and you can press those down and feel it noticeably. So it has a very cushioned feel. And then here, even in the light, I can already kind of see how it reflects. If we try to look at it, you know, in a shadow there, you can already tell how reflective this is. And then over here, there's just some Velcro, so you can attach it however you want. So a very cool band. That one is a very nice addition to my collection. We're going to set that off to the side right now because that's not really what we're here to see. So let's grab the Apple Watch here and check this thing out. Now on the front, just a very simple Apple Watch photo there. So let's get it opened up and finally check this thing out. So right away up top, we've got your basic propaganda, setup instructions, all that. So we're going to put that off to the side too. Your regular Apple Watch charger and a little charging brick. So we'll set all that off. Here's the watch itself. And again, I'm coming from the original Apple Watch. And right away, I can already, it feels a little bit heavier, a little bit more substantial, which I don't think is a bad thing. Now, they are shipping them this year, not in regular cellophane, but in this kind of microfiber pouch. And I don't know if they're intending for you to keep this, but you very well could if you wanted to use this as kind of a travel accessory or something like that. It does feel very substantial, more than just regular packaging. So you could keep this if maybe you wanted to throw this in a bag or something like that. This would be very suitable to hang on to and use for that. And there it is. Now I opted for the silver aluminum. I had the space gray and I wanted to switch it up a little bit. Taking a look at the back, this is just beautiful, guys. The whole back is this nice ceramic casing that just looks gorgeous. And then of course the silver is a very nice look, I believe. It kind of matches my MacBook, you know, that kind of tone. And then of course the display. Now on the side we've got the microphone, the new side button, and the new crown. And then on the other side, we've got the enhanced speakers as well. So let's get it booted up and walk through the setup. Alright guys, so right away, I got a pop-up on my iPhone to set it up, so we'll hit continue there. And then one of my favorite things about the Apple Watch is this pairing process. It's just so easy, and it even looks really cool with that kind of Oort cloud thing that they got going on there. So it's paired right away, and I have a backup, but we're just going to set this thing up as new. We're going to start fresh. But you could just go through a backup if you're already coming from a different Apple Watch. So which one? We're going to do left wrist. All the terms and conditions. Now one of the first pop-ups on the Nike Edition is to enable workout route tracking. So what this is the Workouts app that comes on the Nike Edition uses your location to track routes and local weather when you're working out outdoors. Right now we're going to click disable. Do you want to share all sorts of stuff with Apple? We're going to click don't. It tells you that a lot of the settings come over from your iPhone. That's cool. We're not going to add a passcode right now. Now, if you want to download the Nike Run Club app for the Apple Watch, this is one of the special features that comes with the Nike Edition. There is a prompt to download that as well. Now, the next screen is about the heart health features that come with all the Series 4 watches. It tells you about low heart rate notifications. If your heart rate falls below 50 beats a minute for 10 minutes, it's going to let you know. It also tells you if it goes above 120 while you're inactive for 10 minutes. So that part is very important because, of course, your heart rate could go higher than 120 when you're working out. So they've designed it for when it knows that you're not working out. If your heart rate is elevated for an extended period of time, it's going to let you know. The emergency SOS feature, that part by itself is not necessarily new. You've always been able to use an SOS feature on the Apple Watch, but this one does have the fall detection, where if the watch thinks that you've fallen down and then you don't move for some time, it's going to automatically call emergency services, which makes this watch great, not just for the elderly, which is the first thing that comes to mind, but also just for anyone who is a do-it-yourselfer around the house, if you're up on a ladder and you fall or something like that. So it's not just for elderly folks, anybody can fall. For me specifically, I'm thinking about while I'm on my motorcycle, if I should wipe out or something like that and I'm by myself and I'm just laying in a ditch somewhere, this is going to call EMS, which is really cool. So we're going to go through here, install apps. I don't like to have my app screen all full of every single app that has an Apple Watch component, so I'm going to choose later. I don't want all of those on there. So now that we've gone through all the splash screens, it says that it's syncing up, so we're going to let that do its thing, and then we'll come back. Alright, so that only took a couple minutes to get all of the settings synced over and everything. So welcome to Apple Watch. We're going to click OK, and here we're greeted with the usual Apple Watch interface. So we've got all of the different watch faces here. Some of the old ones with, of course, all of the new ones that Apple announced. Now the Nike Edition does come with these two watch faces here. Everything about the Nike Edition Series 4 is identical to the regular one. It just has a couple cool Nike apps and watch faces, so I figured why not just get this one, especially because they're the exact same price. So we'll press the digital crown to start, and right away it just did a kind of a series of haptic feedback, which felt really cool and noticeably stronger, especially, again, like I said, all the comparisons I'm doing are from the original Apple Watch. So right away that felt fantastic. Now it goes right away default to one of the Nike watch faces, and we can see right away how it's using all of this screen real estate. Now you guys have probably watched a lot of unboxing videos, a lot of first impression videos, so this is probably not the first time you've seen this screen, but I'm going to try to give you just one nice long look at this. This looks fantastic, guys. So you can see that the apps on the app screen here go really all the way to when the glass starts to wrap around. Now technically, yes, there is some bezel still. If we go back to the watch face here, yes, there is a bezel. But realistically, where that is when the glass is wrapping around. You can't really put screen there anyway. Apple really shoved as many pixels as they could on the front of this device. So one of the Nike watch screens looks really nice, and I might use this one pretty regularly. It's just nice and simple. Not a lot of complications or anything like that. But we have nice large numbers and then just a simple kind of automatic movement style watch face. Let's try this other one here. Now if we click into the Nike version, you can change the color to all sorts of different ones. You've got white and yellow. and then just all of these different combinations here. And then down below we have different styles as well. So you could do kind of a simpler analog one where you get a couple complications, and then you can do just all of these different ones. I'll just toggle through them quick so you can check them out. So after you pick a style that you like, then you can pick a color as well. So you can mix and match these to all sorts of different combinations. Pretty much whatever you want to do, you can do it with one of the Nike faces. Now let's go to the digital version and check this one out. Not as many styles, but you can pick whichever one of these that you like, and then again all of the different colors. And then you can add a couple complications if you want to do that. So let's set this as our watch face and check this one out. So there you are, very simple as well, very elegant and clean, and that's what I like about it. So you get 3 complications that you get to pick from. So this top one is dedicated to the Nike Run Club app, the one that it wanted us to install earlier. So that one stays there, but you can pick these ones. So if you want to set this watch face for going for a run, that's ready to go, and then you can pick weather or whatever else you want to do. So those are the Nike watch faces. Now, of course, this one is really popular. Everyone's talking about this one. This is the watch face that Apple shows off in pretty much all the marketing material. It's almost information overload. Now, the good thing about this watch face, we'll get this one toggled real quick, is that you can customize this to whatever you want. You don't have to have it showing every single thing. So if we look at this one where we've got all these different widgets, we've got UV index, weather, calendar, you've got the little earth, solar, all this stuff. You've got all that going on. But if you want to, you can make it look like this, where you just have a blank watch face, turn all of those off, and just use these around the corners. So this is a very simple watch face that you can still make use of the screen real estate and put a lot of information on here, but it's not information overload. So you could set this up if you want. You know, I just put the calendar, reminders, weather, and battery. Of course, you can set those to whatever you want, or you can go full on and put all of that stuff on there. But the point is, with this watch face, you can set it up however you want. And this one will probably be my go-to. Now, if we back out and we look at the other ones, now, of course, you have the Siri watch face and the infograph. So over here, you've got all the old ones. Now, the Vapor one is kind of cool. Now, this one, of course, has a version on the older watches, but I don't think it's as cool without the full screen. So we're going to run through these real quick and check this out. So we'll use the blue-green. Now, you can only get complications in circular mode, which is the one that's available on the older watches. If you want the full screen, you don't get anything. All you get is watch hands. So we'll set that one and see what that looks like. Now, when you wake it up, you get this kind of misty, smoky effect. Now, it does kind of remind me of some of these live wallpapers that Apple introduced with the iPhone X. It's kind of a similar idea, and it looks really cool, especially if you paired them up. You know, like, again, this blue one kind of works well with the blue and green on the watch face. So there are different combinations that you could try, and if you wanted to kind of match them up. Now, swiping up from your watch face, you've got all of your quick toggles. Now, one thing that is cool, and this is actually the first time I'm using this new digital crown, so whenever I'm scrolling, it does a nice little haptic feedback that's not overdone. And especially I can imagine now if I'm wearing it, it's just strong enough that you know it's there and it's not going to be annoying. It's just a nice, subtle, elegant tap on the wrist. Now, as we scroll down, here's all of your quick toggles. Now, what is nice is that we are now finally allowed to rearrange these. So if you want airplane mode over here, your battery indicator over there, you can do whatever you want and move these around. If we scroll down, we get our notification panel. Left and right allows us to switch watch faces on the fly. Now let's see if we can do a speaker test with Siri. What will the weather be like today?
Okay, here's the weather for today.
So that worked really well. And the speaker sounds great. Again, a lot better from the original watch. That was very loud and clear and easy to hear. Okay, guys, so we're going to check the walkie-talkie function. One of my buddies, Jonathan, just got his new Apple Watch as well. So we're going to check it out and see how it works.
Yo, what's up?
So that's kind of cool. So the Apple Watch is sleeping, and I was able to hear him because I'm set as available. Hey, man, how do I sound on that side?
That's clear, man. You can tell that the speaker's small, but you can hear you clearly.
What do you think about your new Apple Watch?
Probably the dopest Apple Watch they've come out with thus far.
Cool, man. I'll chat with you later. So guys, that's a really cool kind of Dick Tracy feature on the new Apple Watch. It really reminds me of those old Sprint Nextel phones that you could do kind of the chirp chirp thing and talk to somebody. Now, I don't see myself using that a whole lot. It is nice for just quick messages, maybe out snowboarding where your phone is buried deep in your jacket somewhere and you just want to quick see where your buddy's at. You could just raise this up, do a quick message, hey, where you at? That kind of stuff. That's really cool as well. And I like that you can just set it to available and somebody can reach you, but then you can also turn it off so if you're in a movie theater or something like that, you're not that guy where your watch is going to start talking. Now there's also a nice radio app, so if you're using this while you're running, you can just easily go to all these radio stations and you can set up whatever you want on here. A very nice, elegant, clean interface. Now if you want to check out the Nike Run Club app, let's get that booted up and check that out. Alright, so let's walk through the app here after you get logged in. Allow all the usual access and all that stuff, so we'll get that going. Then plug in some information, we'll get all that set. And then here from the app, you can just start a workout right there. There's a nice music interface where you can get to Spotify as well as your Apple Music. You can click other if you've got something playing in the background. You can set goals, all this cool stuff. We're not going to run through everything on here, but there is nice guided runs as well where they have coaches to walk you through it. So definitely download that and play with that. What's also cool is that it's got your history forever. So I've had a Nike account for a while. Apparently I've only run 83 miles since then, but that's really cool too. Now let's see what it looks like on the watch side. So I tried to open it up, it said get started, so we need to enable all the usual permissions and all that stuff, and then you're all set. So let's open it up. So right away start if you're just going to do a run, and then if we scroll down, you can match your last run, you can go for distance, duration, speed, you can swipe left for guided runs, where these are like what we saw in the phone app. So you can get to all of these right from the watch face. And again, this new haptic feedback with the crown feels really nice as I'm scrolling through here. It just kind of brings a little something to the experience. Now in the regular workout app, you have all these different activities that you can do. You can do hiking, yoga, swim, all of this stuff you can get to as well. So there you go, guys. That's my unboxing and initial review of the new Nike Edition Series 4. I will be doing an in-depth comprehensive review in a couple weeks and posting that. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, ring the bell so you don't miss it. And as always, we'll see you next time.